Hey, what are we gonna do today?
What do you want to do today, guys?
You ruined it! Combo breaker!
Go ahead.
Okay.
We just go around the table.
She's like,
And you can go last. So that's...
Alright. When you poop and you wipe your butt, do you stand up or do you sit down? That's the question.
when I wipe,
Yes.
Right. All right.
sit.
You sit.
See, I told
Girls
you,
mostly
she's not
sit.
gonna sit.
Just a big deal. I stand. I'm standing.
I know.
Yeah.
I sit.
I also stand. I do this number all the way, but most of the way, yeah.
He stands all the way.
And I just kind of hunch over a little bit, still sitting. I say still.
You did good. That was awesome, man. For that,
I just wanted to work her up so she didn't, like, you
Freaking out
know.
like,
for that,
Yeah.
we drew you a picture. This is me and Haley, and this is Jason because he's upset sometimes, and then Stephanie because he can't grow facial hair well, and this is Michael in the background. We're all inside of his beard. And we are a part of 2Bros Talking Comics, so if you want to watch us on YouTube sometime.
You might see your video.
yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh my God.
Are you serious?
Hello, I'm Captain Codebro.
I'm Blacklight.
I'm Crookie, no longer with beard.
And Galmer with beard.
And we're 2Beards and 2Bros Talking Watchmen. The movie. Aftermath.
So, we say this every time on all of our posts, but I want to emphasize it this time. There's going to be spoilers here.
We are going to tell you that they changed the ending to making Dr. Manhattan the bad guy.
So stop watching. Or
If-
continue watching.
Rorschach doesn't die in the movie.
That's a lie.
Non-spoiler.
He actually dies twice.
Not true either.
But I think it stayed pretty true to the comic for the most part. Except for the ending and a few random things.
But I think the ending worked really well, because in the comic book, there's a giant vagina monster that Ozymandias creates, and that wouldn't have worked in a movie.
It might have, but it was okay without it. It wasn't terrible as I was expecting it to be. So.
I agree. I don't have anything to bitch about the ending.
Whoa.
Amazingly.
And Crookie was complaining a lot in the last video about the over-the-top action. And I agree with him because I feel like V for Vendetta didn't have that over-the-top action, and I think they did it perfectly. This movie I don't think was perfectly parallel to the comic, but I think it was really well done. And it was done in a fashion where everyone can love this movie. Even if you're a comic book fan, you're not so disappointed that you hated it, like X-Men 3 or any recent comic book movie, really. But if you're not, if you've never read the comic, you can also love it because it was action-packed and dudes got their faces broke in.
And even the action shots that they did have, they weren't so crazy that like it was constant action. Like the prison break-in scene was a little bit way more than it needed to be, but it wasn't absolutely terrible to watch.
The gore factor in the movie was actually a plus. Like there was some sweet gore scenes. Like I dug it. Like bones being broken, and whenever Manhattan would splatter somebody, like he would literally splatter people. And that was really cool. Because whenever I see it in the comic, I think like they turn into dust or particles or something. But in the movie, they turn into blood and guts, and it's way sweet.
Speaking of Dr. Manhattan, though, the dong was amazing.
There's dong in that movie. There's a lot of dong in that movie.
A whole lot.
It's awesome. We saw it in IMAX, so the dong was like the biggest dong I've ever seen. And it was so funny. Like some things, they stayed so true to the comic that it was a little comical. Like the dong. I laughed.
Codebro here definitely went overboard on the comedy with it. Every time it was on the screen, it was a point and laugh thing.
It was awesome. And then there was a scene where he was walking with his dong out and it was like swaying, and that was so funny. That made me laugh even harder. Cookie, you said there were a few things that you didn't like about it. Let's hear them.
Okay, well, first I'd like to just mention that the complaints that I made in the last post, where I bitched about how everything's super slow-mo and over-actionized, they were a little bit, but in the context of the movie, it fit so well that I'm going to have to say I hate my words, because it's damn well done. But I do have a few minor complaints. The opening scene with basically the comedian getting the piss beat out of him by like a shadowy figure, way too long. Oh my god.
It was long.
Like, how many tables did they end up breaking in that fucking scene?
Almost
it was
as
like
long as Dr. Manhattan's dog.
Almost, not quite.
I was a little disappointed at the beginning because I expected it to go with how the comic went with Rorschach
Right.
walking, and then they go up to the cops upstairs. Instead, they open it up with the comedian getting thrown out the window after 10 minutes of fighting.
And it wasn't even completely just the fight scene. Like, it opened up with him sitting around watching the news, which kind of set the scene as it being in the 80s, and like that's good for the people that didn't read the comic, but like it wasn't what I was expecting the comic to open up with.
I wonder if Zack Snyder went, hey, let's trick all these comic book fans and go, hey, this movie's gonna suck, and then they'll watch the first 10 minutes and be super bummed and think it's gonna suck, and then all of a
Because that's
sudden
what's
just swap it around and be like, oh, gotcha, this movie's awesome.
That's exactly what happened to me. It's like, because first few minutes I was just like, oh my god, I'm already so pissed off because they fucked this scene like 3 ways from Sunday. And then
That's weird.
And then they went to that awesome montage where they, basically it was just like 7 minutes of pure fan service where they're showing
Yeah.
pictures that were described in
Just
the
the
comic.
opening credits is what it was, and then it was just a big montage, and it was all really well done.
With Bob Dylan. It was sweet.
Which brings me to my next complaint. Other than that montage where it's got these sweet pictures that are described in the comic with Bob Dylan, which that fit perfectly. Every other song in the damn movie felt so out of place and awkward, and I was like,
They were all very awkward, but like they were kind of neat though, because like they were kind of comical at times, but they didn't fit very well at all.
Like, if I see the soundtrack on vinyl, I'll probably pick it up because I liked all the songs. Like, I thought that they were all really good songs, but they didn't fit. They're all really, like, popular songs that you knew all the words to, and you're like, oh, I shouldn't be singing along, I should be paying attention. And it's just, I don't know, it really threw the mood off, I think.
comedian's funeral music. Terrible.
Yeah, who was that?
Terrible.
Was it Simon and Garfunkel?
Yeah, it was Simon and Garfunkel, which I love that
Sound
song.
of Silence.
Yeah, I love that song to death, but man, when that came on, and it was just like, funeral, what the hell? Like,
Yeah. And then the Hallelujah song, which is the worst rendition of that Hallelujah song ever. During the Night Owl and Silk Spectre sex scene was just like,
Yeah.
come on guys, quit it.
no,
But
stop
at that point, there was quite a bit of laughing, and we're just like, what the hell is this?
Yeah, the sex scene went on a little too long. I mean, I get it, you're making a point, they're having sex, but it just went on where it was just really awkward in the theater.
It
Like,
was borderline pornographic.
yeah.
It
like-
was porn. I saw tits.
It was.
And a
I've
lot
seen-
of man ass.
I've seen less well done porn in softcore porn.
Yeah, it's like Cinemax isn't that hot.
Like,
For real.
it was like they took
I
their
don't know.
rated R rating and went with it.
They did. They ran.
Oh yeah, they definitely took, which I give them props for, because I think I would have liked The Dark Knight 1,000 times more if it was rated R.
Right.
Or with Big Blue Dawn in it.
Or Big Blue Dawn.
Yeah, I mean, if I saw Batman Dong, that movie would be sweet.
Speaking of Big Blue Dong, his voice was kind of a throw off at first,
Yeah.
but after listening to him talk for a few minutes, you really got used to it, and I thought it fit really well by the end of the movie.
It sounded like Prince was doing a voiceover at first. I was like, yeah, this dude sounds like a girl. Like, get out of here, you're Dr. Manhattan. And it turned out to be okay. But at first I was like, that sucks. Crap! We're out of time.
Find part 2.